So in this question we have to find the surface area of the solid cylinder. We'll start first off by writing the formula of the surface area, which is SA, which is equal to 2 pi r h plus r, where the r is the radius and h is the height of the cylinder. From the figure we can see that the total the diameter of the cylinder is 6 meters, and we know that the radius is equal to the half of the diameter. So we'll write radius as 6 over 2, which gives us a value of 3. Height is clearly indicated as 20 meters. So we'll substitute everything in this formula and we'll see what is the value of the surface area. So we have 2 pi, r is 3, h is 20, r is 3 again. While the pi over here is actually a constant whose value is approximated as 3.14. But if we will read the question, we'll see that they have asked us actually to give our answer in terms of pi. So we'll leave the pi as it is and treat it as a constant. When we'll simplify this, we'll get 20 plus 3 is 23. We'll get 2 pi. 3 times 23 is 69. And 69 times 2 becomes 138. And pi remains as it is. So the surface area of the cylinder is 138. Moving to the next question, this one says that find out the surface area of the solid cylinder, but in this case the cylinder is not a complete, it's a quarter one. So there is a special formula for this quarter circle, plus there is some understanding which is required. First of all, if you will see that the curved surface area, which is this part, and uh, this area, which is towards the top and bottom bases, this is all 1/4 of a complete cylinder. So I can write the surface area as the surface area of the complete cylinder, which is 2 pi r h plus r over 4. But this is not the end, since there are two other areas which we have to take, which is this and this. The 3D figure will tell you that these two parts are basically rectangles, two rectangles, whose dimensions are 10 centimeters and 16 centimeters. We know that the area of the rectangle is length times width. Here the length is 10 and the width is 16. Uh, 10 actually is r and 16 actually is h. So I can write it as 2 times h r. Substituting the values, we'll get 2 pi, the value of r is 10, the value of h is 16, the value of r again 10, over 4 plus 2 times the value of h is 16 and the value of r is 10. This will be 2 pi 10. 16 plus 10 is 26. 4 is in the denominator, plus 16 times 10 and 1 is 160, and 60 times 2 is 320. 320 remains as it is. Twenty-six times 10 is 260, so this becomes 260. And just like the earlier question, we have pi over here which will remain as it is since it is a constant. 260 over 4 will give me 65, and 320 remains as it is. The final solution becomes 65 times 2 is 130, so it becomes 130 pi plus 320. Moving ahead, in this question, we are again given a solid cylinder whose diameter and height is given. It's just like the first one. So let's try it. Just like we learned in the first question that radius is half of the diameter and the diameter is 10. So the radius becomes 10 over 2, which is 5. Surface area formula remains same, which is 2 pi r h plus r. Since we have to include the top and bottom areas as well, since it is a solid cylinder, putting the values, we will get 2 pi, r is 5, h is 12, r is again 5. This becomes 2 pi, 5, 15, 12 plus 7, 12 plus 5 is 17, 2 pi, 17 into 5 is 85, 85 times 2 is 170, and pi remains as it is. Since pi is a constant whose value approximately is 3.14, but since we are not allowed to approximate this question, approximate the answer here, since the question clearly says that the answer should be given in terms of pi, so we'll leave it as